Good morning and welcome to your CNR News. In the first week of his presidency, Donald Trump signed a number of executive orders dealing with trade, healthcare, and immigration. His most controversial order was to ban all travel from people from 7 countries: Iran, Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen. Trump argued that the goal of the 90-day ban was to keep radical Islamic terrorists out of the United States. For more on responses to the travel ban, I got shiz to say.
What?
Continuing on, President Trump's travel ban caused widespread turmoil in airports throughout the United States. People who had just arrived in the U.S. were unaware of the ban, and many were kept from leaving airports, including JFK, LaGuardia, and Newark. Some were put back on planes and returned to their countries. Affected individuals, U.S. military veterans, families, children, and others not normally associated with terrorist threats. The ban included green card holders who had been living in the U.S. for decades. And now we're going to continue on with Trump. President Trump on Tuesday nominated Judge Neil M. Gorsuch to the Supreme Court, replacing Justice Antonin Scalia, who died in February. The Supreme Court has been down one justice for a year after Senate Republicans refused to vote on the former President Obama's nominee. Democrats are threatening to do the same for Trump's nominee. And now we're going to continue on to some sports. The New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons both dominated their games, with the next step being their meeting in the Super Bowl on February 5th. The Patriots last appeared in the Super Bowl in 2015, beating the Seattle Seahawks 28-24. The Falcons will be making their second Super Bowl appearance, with the first being during the 1998 season, where they lost to the Denver Broncos. And we're going to continue. CNR women's basketball team stands in the first place in the HVIAC conference with a record of 8-5 and a conference record of 3-0, led by first-year student Darnisha Bryce. Student Athlete of the Month for December, CNR is dominating through the HVIAC. Their next game is 5 p.m. against Davis College in CNR's Wellness Center. In men's basketball, CNR stands 2-2 in the HVAC conference with an overall record of 7-10, led by recent and former HVAC Players of the Week, Matthew Dean, Hunter Schenkel, and Kobe Telford. The Blue Angels are rapidly improving in their first ever men's season. And that's it for CNR and from Big Texas. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Thank
This is CNR's News for February 1st, 2017. Reporting for CNR News is Lorenzo Kershaw
and Karina Ortiz.
Good morning and welcome to CNR News. In this first week of his presidency, Donald Trump signed a number of executive orders dealing with trade, healthcare, and immigration. His most controversial order was to ban all travel for people from 7 countries: Iran, Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen. Trump argued that the goal of the 90-day ban was to keep radical Islamic terrorists out of the United States. For more on the responses to the travel ban, let's go to our immigrant respondent.
President Trump's travel ban caused widespread turmoil in airports throughout the United States. People who had just arrived in the U.S. were unaware of the ban, and many were kept from leaving airports including JFK, LaGuardia, and Newark. Some were put back on airplanes and returned to their countries. Affected individuals, U.S. military veterans, families, children, and others not normally associated with terror threats. The ban included green card holders who had been living legally in the United States for decades.
President Trump on Tuesday nominated Judge Neil McGurshit to the Supreme Court, replacing Justice Antonin Scalia, who died in February. The Supreme Court has been down one justice for a year after Senate Republicans refused to vote for one former President Obama's nominee. Democrats are threatening to do the same to Trump's nominee.
In sports news, the New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons both dominated their game, with the next step being their meeting in the Super Bowl on February 5th. The Patriots last appeared in the Super Bowl in 2015, beating the Seattle Seahawks 28-24. The Falcons will be making only their second Super Bowl appearance, with the first being during the 1998 season, where they lost to the Denver Broncos.
In CNR News, CNR women's basketball team stands first place in the HVIAC conference with a record of 8-5 and a conference record of 3-0. led by the first-year student Darnisha Bryce, Student Athlete of the Month for December. CNR is dominating the teams through the HVIAC. Their next game is 5 p.m. today against Davis College in CNR's Wellness Center. In men's basketball, CNR stands 2-2 in the HVAIC conference with an overall record of 7-10, led by and former HVIC Players of the Week Matthew Dean, Hunter Skellick, and Kobe Telford. The Blue Angels are rapidly improving in their first ever men's season. And that's all for CNR's news today, February 1st, 2017. Be careful out there. Let's whistle there.
Buenos días y bienvenidos a CNR News. Mi nombre es Diana García.
Y me llamo Shakira.
En la primera semana de su presidencia, Donald Trump firmó una serie de órdenes educativas relacionadas con el comercio, la atención médica y la inmigración. Su orden más controvertida fue prohibir todos los viajes para personas de 7 países: Irán, Irak, Libia, Somalia, Sudán, Siria y Yemen. Trump argumentó que el objetivo de la prohibición de 90 días era mantener a los terroristas islámicos radicales fuera de los Estados Unidos. Para más información sobre las respuestas a la prohibición de viajar, vayamos a nuestra corresponsal de inmigración, Shakira.
La prohibición de viajar del presidente Trump provocó una turbulencia generalizada en los aeropuertos de todo Estados Unidos. Las personas que acaban de llegar a los Estados Unidos no estaban al tanto de la prohibición y muchos no podían salir de los aeropuertos, incluidos a JFK, LaGuardia y Newark. Algunos fueron devueltos a los aviones y regresaron a sus países. Personas afectadas, veteranos, familias, niños y otros militares de los Estados Unidos que normalmente no están asociados con los amenazas terroristas. La prohibición incluyó a titulares de tarjetas verdes que habían estado viviendo legalmente en los Estados Unidos durante décadas.
El presidente Trump nombró el martes el juez Neil Gorsuch ante la Corte Suprema en reemplazo del juez Antonin Scalia, fallecido en febrero. La Corte Suprema ha sido juzgada por un año después de todos los republicanos del Senado se negaron a votar por el candidato del expresidente Obama. Los demócratas están amenazando con lo mismo por el candidato de Trump.
En noticias deportivas, los Patriotas de Nueva Inglaterra y los Halcones de Atlanta dominaron sus juegos y el siguiente paso fue su encuentro en el Super Bowl en el 5 de febrero. Los Patriots aparecieron por última vez en el Super Bowl en el 2015, superando a los Seattle Seahawks 28-24. Los Falcons estarán haciendo su segunda aparición en el Super Bowl, siendo la primera en la temporada del 1998, donde perdieron ante los Broncos de Denver.
En CNR News, el equipo femenino del baloncesto de CNR está parado en el primer lugar en la conferencia de HVIC con un expediente de 8-5 y un expediente de la conferencia de 3-0. Dirigido por el estudiante del mes, Darnisha Bryce, estudiante atleta del diciembre, el CNR está dominando a los equipos a través de la conferencia. Su siguiente partido es hoy a las 5 contra Davis College en el Centro de Bienestar del CNR. El equipo masculino de baloncesto tiene un récord de 2-2 en la conferencia, con un récord general de 7-10, dirigidos por los últimos y antiguos jugadores de la conferencia, Matthew Dean, Hunter Schenkel y Kobe Telford. Y los Blue Angels están mejorando rápidamente en su primera temporada masculina. Y esto es todo por hoy en CNR News. Hasta luego.